How's it going, everyone? Last Seed podcast right here. We've had a lot of stuff going on lately, mainly our collab with Bills United. If anyone did not catch that episode yet, please check that on their page, on their YouTube page. It's Bills United on YouTube. Check it out. We're on there too with our boys Harry and Kenny. And just want to give one more time and say thanks for them letting us on the show. It means a lot. But Ty, what was your thoughts about the collab and everything? About all the stuff we're doing lately?
Yeah, it's been fun. The Bills United podcast, they did a heck of a job. Especially with like me, it was just kind of like the first time I got on there was like
Right.
when we were doing it.
Yeah.
So I kind of was just like thrown in right away. But they made everything super comfortable.
For sure.
We got into talking with them on the podcast, and it was live, and I felt like we knew the guys for like 10 years.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Again, big thanks to them.
Yeah, for sure.
We posted a couple times on TikTok. This is like our first sort of extended thing, since the episode. So we're gonna hop right into it. We're talking about something a little different today than the Bills. Talking about some NFC East. So what we're gonna do is throughout the episodes, we're gonna preview each division, okay? And Ty's gonna write down all our predictions, and we're gonna see at the end of the year how right and how wrong we were.
Mm-hmm.
So, what team we starting off with first? We're going to preview each team, kind of get our take on the whole division, see if we can make some of those fans happy with us or really upset with us in the comments.
All right, let's go Giants first.
All right, Giants first. All right, so it's this is probably the team with the biggest uphill battle in this division. I would imagine. I think everyone probably feels that way. So, what is their road to I won't even say win a division because I feel like that's kind of really out there and far fetched.
Yeah. Go ahead. No, I want to look up their win total.
Yeah, I wonder what their line is. I'm gonna say their line's probably gonna be 5.5, 6.5.
Yeah, probably something like that.
But
oh crap! I don't even know my password.
Come on, Ty. But it's definitely gonna be an uphill battle for them. Obviously, they got Russ coming into the fold. I would say maybe an upgrade over Daniel Jones, but still, it's I didn't really think when Daniel Jones was there, it was really necessarily all his fault. You got to put the pieces around them. The Giants, obviously, in the draft, got Abdul Carter, who I think is going to be an absolute stud. The Giants' defensive line is definitely a strength for that team. If there's going to be any best-case scenario for that team this year, I would have to think that they're involved a lot in that, and their defense becoming pretty elite. But yeah, offensively, you can't question Neighbors, obviously. You know what I mean?
He's a stud.
Yeah, honestly, in the next few years, it wouldn't surprise me. The way we talk about Chase and Jefferson now, it really wouldn't shock me if we're talking about Neighbors in that same stratosphere. The way we talk about those guys.
For sure.
He obviously still had a great rookie season, even with Daniel Jones throwing him the ball. The thing with Neighbors, last season, watching their games, I watched a lot of their games because I had him on fantasy. Is that he had a lot of catches, a lot of targets, but it was a lot of stuff that was close to the line of scrimmage and stuff like that. He didn't really get into that you know what I mean, his deep field bag. I think he can, you know what I mean. I think he's got it. He just needs a quarterback to be able to throw it to him, and Russell Wilson, you know what I mean, for all his faults, still has a solid deep ball.
That's true. Sorry, I gotta get my.
Oh, you're good.
My other phone because all these emails are on different things.
Oh boy.
So yeah, we'll see.
We gotta get those win totals, man.
I'm trying. This is on the fly right now. But yeah, I mean, obviously Neighbors is a stud. I like what they did in the draft. I just don't know if it's something that's gonna be able to just, happen right away. I think, Scatterable. I mean, I think he'll play. I mean, he might battle out for the RB1 spot.
I loved him in the draft.
And then they got their quarterback in Dar. I just think it's going to take some time. So I don't really see him doing too much this year. But I mean, I won't be surprised if they get a handful of wins. It's a tough division.
Very tough division. I mean, we'll get more in the other teams. You know what I mean? What if the Giants say? I'll say their absolute best case scenario, I would say, is maybe 9 wins and sneaking into the wild card spot. What would have to happen for you to you know what I mean, see that happening for the Giants this year?
I feel like a team like Washington would just have to fall off or something.
Yeah.
I feel like they would just, I don't even know. I mean, it's such a good division too, and that's a division you can argue 3 teams can make the playoffs
Yeah.
out of there. So I mean, unless like one of those teams just absolutely just goes on like a 6-game losing streak to start the season or something,
gets an injury bug or something. I mean,
which obviously you don't want that.
I liked what the Giants did with their defensive front. You know what I mean? I think so. I think it's more of a chance. It's more realistic that the Giants become this like amazing defensive team. I'm not saying it happens, but I think it's more of a chance they become this amazing defensive team than them even being like average offensively.
Yeah.
It's like other than neighbors, no one really pops off on the screen to you offensively.
Right.
Maybe Scatterbo becomes that guy. Maybe Russ isn't completely. There you go. Maybe Russ isn't completely washed, but you know what I mean. And if all that happens, I still think they're only an average team offensively.
Right.
I don't see them being a juggernaut offensively.
Right.
Even in their best case scenario.
Okay, let me see. How do I? Oh, this is fantasy. What am I doing? I haven't used this in so long. Sorry, we're having technical difficulties.
We're gonna put the parlay in as we're talking about it too. We're gonna bet each one. Where we take the over or under.
I'm too broke for that.
We should both do like a massive like parlay and just do like every team's over under that we pick.
Could you imagine?
Just put like $5 on it and see if it hits.
All right, win totals. New York Giants. Oh wait, this doesn't give me the line though. Well. Oh no, wait. Yeah, these are just.
Let me see.
Yeah, that's just like if you want to choose your own.
See, if you don't mind. See, I'm a real whiz at this type of stuff. Okay.
Well, yeah, if you can do it, I don't know what I'm doing, so I was just gonna Google it and see if it popped up.
Oh, games. Rookies. Yeah, it doesn't show it.
Yeah, that's weird. I'm surprised I don't have win total for each team. Maybe we can do that.
Let me see win totals. Yeah, why is it show? I'm just going to show all. I'm going to go with, okay, the most even thing. Okay, it's at 5.5. So whatever plus 110 is, it's fine.
Oh, okay.
So 5.5 wins. Okay, I'm putting you on the spot right now. 5.5 wins. Do the Giants get there?
Let me see. So 6 wins. I don't have their schedule in front of me. I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna go under.
Go under.
I can see like 5. I don't think it's gonna be like 2.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to pretty much agree with that. I can see them getting 5 wins as well. I'm gonna go with final record of 5-12.
So we're both taking the under.
Yeah, we're both taking the under.
I'm just gonna put an arrow like up or down.
Yeah.
So
next team. Let's bring up the Cowboys.
The Cowgirls.
Cowgirls. So, Cowboys, they definitely have a lot of stuff going on in the offseason right now. Well, not the offseason, it's training camp, but in case you haven't heard, a certain defensive player in their team is requesting a trade. Micah Parsons, that obviously, you know what I mean, if he was to be traded, that Dallas defense would become...
And if anyone's wondering if he should be traded, he should to the Bills.
That would be great.
Yeah.
For James Cook, you know.
No, I want to keep Cook.
But you're telling me you wouldn't trade him for if it came to the choice.
Just straight up.
Okay, you have to add in other things. I'll say.
What is it? What is it? Let me hear it.
Let's just say Cook and a first, just like that.
Just for Parsons?
Just for yeah.
I don't know. I love Cook.
I love Cook too, but I mean Micah Parsons. I mean,
we don't get another running back. I don't know. I can't answer that question. What if James Cook's watching?
I would trade you for Michael Parsons. Sorry, I think you're a great running back and all that, but hey, you get Dallas will probably pay him. You know what I mean? Dallas needs a running back, so I mean he probably wins.
I don't know.
So everyone wins. You get paid, we get Michael Parsons. You know. So But yeah, Dallas, you know, obviously if I don't think Micah Parsons gets traded. I think this is just a bunch of fluff. We've seen it with like almost every contract dispute this offseason. It's just ended up them just signing it anyway. I think it's just negotiation tactics, but who knows?
Yeah, I think so too.
Jerry Jones. I hate to say it, in my opinion, I think he's kind of getting in that stage where Al Davis was when he was getting real old. You know what I mean? He's just making all these like wild moves and wild quotes and stuff like that. It's just not good for Dallas.
All right, so where are you putting the Giants ranking the NFC East? Where are you putting them last?
Yeah, if I'm putting them at 5 wins, then I would say
same.
I would put them last. I'm not sure how I'm going to rank the teams though coming up, but
who do you want to start with now?
Well, we're on Dallas right now.
We're on Dallas. Yeah, I'm not paying attention.
What is your best case scenario for Dallas?
Best case scenario, I mean, I like Lamb a lot. They got Pickens.
The offense should be lethal.
I feel like, and yeah, I mean, I don't understand the hate that Dak gets all the time. I mean, there's times where, what was that, a couple of seasons ago, I mean, he was putting up good numbers.
Oh, he had one of the best seasons. I think he had one of the best quarterback seasons around. He was in MVP talks.
Yeah. And I mean, that's another discussion. But best case scenario, I think, obviously, if they win their division, but I give them like a playoff win or two is like their best case scenario. I mean, anything's possible. I don't see them going to the Super Bowl.
No.
But I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they're, they're in the playoffs. If they win the division, I'll be surprised.
Yes, I would be surprised.
But I mean, I could see them going to the playoffs one way or another, getting a playoff win, and then, I mean, obviously it's going to be hard from there, but maybe they get to the first or second round of the playoffs.
Yeah, I think absolute best case scenario, I still don't see them competing with Philly in this division. Best case scenario, they make the wild card, they get a good matchup in the first round, they win one, and they go to the divisional round and they lose. I don't see them getting beyond that point.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's best case scenario. Worst case scenario is Michael Parsons is traded. Their defense just completely goes down the tubes. I just don't know. I just don't see how this offense fails, honestly, especially their passing game with Pickens. I mean,
okay, so the plus 105. I'm guessing that's the
mm-hmm.
that's plus 105 is under 7.5. Minus 125 is over 7.5. So 7.5.
7.5.
That seems low.
I would take over on that all day.
I would too.
I mean, I want to get more into this Dallas offense real quick. Now, George Pickens, I feel, is a very talented receiver. And I know Dak gets a lot of hate, but even with the Dak haters, say what you want about Dak. I know he can't play in the big game. He's had that moniker on his career, in his whole career. But he's better than anyone that George Pickens had thrown to him in Pittsburgh. I think even the biggest Dak pessimists in the world, I think, can agree with that. Like, let's be honest here. And obviously you still have Lamb. The running game is still an issue, but throwing the ball, I mean, these guys should be able to put up a lot of numbers. If Dak can't put up numbers of Lamb and Pickens, I would start to think that maybe he's washed. And maybe you wonder if Joe Milton does get starts towards the end of the year, if Dallas will start going towards rebuilding.
Right. So, where are you putting them to finish in the...
I'm going to have to go with third for now, but I do think they beat, what was it, 7.5?
Yeah.
I think they're beating that mark.
I do too.
I give them 9 wins. I'm going to give them 9 wins. Yeah, I think
I gotta put them at third, just because I think I value the Commanders a little bit more than them.
Yeah. So hey, speaking of the Commanders, let's get into them. So obviously they were the darling of the NFL last year, Cinderella story. No one expected them to make it that far. You know what I mean? Obviously Jaden Daniels was a rookie sensation. Everyone was talking about how poised he was his rookie year. Never seen it before. Well, Daniels comes in the year after, and all of a sudden...
Yeah, that's my fantasy quarterback keeper.
Yeah, he was lucky. I was on Jane Daniels, too. Was not able to get him any drafts. And, I just got that hype. But, yeah, he's obviously incredible. Laramie Tunsil coming in obviously doesn't hurt. Definitely helps that offensive line. What do you think about the Deebo move?
I don't mind it. Especially with everything going on with McLaurin now too. I think McLaurin will stay there.
Yeah,
I don't think he's going anywhere. But I think it's somebody that you can have come in and I mean, if he's anything like that prime Deebo from San Fran, where I'm not just talking about throw them in the slot. I'm talking about line them up in the backfield.
Mhm.
You know, get some running plays designed for them, or even with Daniels, you can run little like options and pitches and just I feel like they can make that backfield really scary, in a good way. So I like the move.
This is where I'm gonna have to disagree with you, man. Now, I'm not saying Debo wasn't him a few years ago,
Mm-hmm.
but in my opinion, when Kyle Shanahan looks at you and says, "I don't know about this guy anymore," I start to think you're a little bit washed. He hasn't been the same player the last couple of years. You know what I mean?
Right.
And
He's got to stay healthy too.
definitely got to stay healthy. It's just that, in my opinion, I don't see. It's not like I see this as a move, whereas like I think it like blows up in their face or anything like that. Where this like really like puts a knee in the back of what Washington's trying to build here.
Right.
But I felt like that money and resources could have been put towards a different place. And 49ers gave them up for nothing for a reason, in my opinion.
I see what you're saying. But yeah, so the Commanders' win total is 9.5. I know where I'm going.
I think you're probably going over.
Yep.
I'm going to say they finish at 10 wins. So, yeah.
You're taking the over, too.
Yeah. They're just slightly above.
For sure. And where are you ranking them in the...
I'm going to have to go second.
Yeah, I think we're going to agree on this one all the way.
Yeah.
So that leaves us with the Eagles left.
The Eagles. So, Super Bowl champs.
Yeah.
Got to give them their respect. I don't see this team... I don't see them falter. I think they're still going to be a contending team.
Right.
Like I don't see them faltering unless they obviously get injuries or something crazy happens. This is a team that's really built top to bottom. We saw it in the playoffs last year. We saw it especially in the Super Bowl when they just outclassed KC in every form of the game.
Yeah, they steamrolled them.
Yeah,
great.
It wasn't even close. I mean, and even as a Bills fan, I was kind of watching that game. I'm like, honestly, if we made it to the Super Bowl, I can't. I'm honest. Philadelphia had a much better team than us last year.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't even close. I think that goes for almost anybody except for maybe like a healthy Detroit. But what do you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, I don't necessarily disagree. I don't see them falling off really too much. I mean, what they have, and I feel like they just know, like, just how to do it. Even, obviously the whole like tush push thing. It's like they do it better than anyone.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, we know they're going to run the ball and Saquon's going to touch the ball 30 times, but it's like, but no one's stopping them from doing it.
And that offensive line is just so incredible. It's
so
just,
good.
Like, it's insane how Barkley obviously was viewed as like a good player in the Giants. I'm not saying he wasn't, but it was always like everyone was like, oh, he's in that second tier running back, all that stuff. You know what I mean? We don't think he's on the level of say like a Derrick Henry, McCaffrey,
right?
How he was talked about back then, but. It just goes to show how much blocking means. You put him on one of the worst offensive lines and put him on one of the best. He's, you know what I mean?
Yep.
It's just incredible what he did last year. So
for sure. So the Eagles, and this might not be all correct. Like, I mean, there might be one win total. I look at the wrong one or something. So if anyone, is like, hey, how come my win total for them it looks different than ours, or
it also changes too.
Right, but just so what we're looking at now, so the Eagles, are at 11.5.
So that's a big number.
That is a big number.
Big number. I'm not saying that the Eagles can't get back to the Super Bowl and repeat. The only thing I'm questioning is like I wonder if they're gonna have like Super Bowl fatigue in the beginning of the year. Like how like those teams that have been there, done that, kind of get like a couple games in a regular season. I think we talked about this on the Bills United pod a little bit, or at least I did. Talk about the Bills win total. It's just that when you have a team that's consistently in the playoffs every year and all that type of stuff, during a regular season you kind of lax a little bit. A couple matchups you kind of take for granted.
Yeah.
I wonder if that happens to the Eagles, but I'm going to put them at 12-5.
All right, so you're going with the over.
Yeah.
You're going with the over. I'm going to be the opposite. I think I'm going to take them right at 11.
Right at 11? Okay.
Right at 11. I like just because I can see them splitting with like Dallas and Washington or something like that. And like you said, what if they play a Giants team that is just hungry, and it's like divisional opponents are always hard.
Yeah.
So I think I'm gonna put them right at like 11. So not under by much, obviously, but
yeah,
So
even at 11, do you feel that this is a team that can still go all the way again?
I think so. I mean, between them, like you said, a healthy Detroit. With Detroit, I mean, they still have their players. How's it going to be without their coordinators? You know,
Yeah.
how's that going to transition? But you know, I think at least in my opinion, they're the front runner.
Yeah,
You know,
you can't
for
really
the NFC at least.
Yeah, you can't really have Philly anywhere else but the front runner, in my opinion.
Right.
Maybe Detroit, if we really think them fully healthy. I mean, I can see that as an argument, and we'll be getting to them probably in probably our next video, probably Detroit a little bit more. But yeah, I mean, I think we're mostly in agreement here with this division, except for you taking Philly under.
Right. So yeah, we got it all written down, and what we'll do is, you know, we'll look at it during the season as well. But at the end of the season, it'll be cool to just come back, and then we can maybe make like one long podcast video just going over every division.
Yeah, that'd be pretty fun. I got one more question though. What's one player in this division that you're kind of like, you're looking at, where it's a rookie, return, whatever, where you're like, if this guy does something huge, he can make a difference. And he can make a difference, you know what I mean, to these teams.
I got what you're saying. That's a good one. First player that really comes to mind is like a AJ Brown. To me, and the reason why I say that is just because we know how great the running game is for the Eagles. If the passing game is, just not that they were bad or anything like that,
right?
But I think him and Devontae Smith are like one of the best duos in the league. So I mean, if you can just stay consistent with that, and if you can really get to that, even if it's almost like a 50-50 split or like 55, run the ball. Maybe they're not so much run dependent, but because a lot of teams are going to play for that. Obviously, it's not easy to stop it, but maybe they can surprise some teams with coming out and be like, "Hey, man, you want to put 8 in the box? Go right ahead. We're just going to throw it until you stop doing it, and then when you stop, we can go back to run the ball." But I think if a guy like him and that receiving core can really take off, I mean, I think they can blow past that win total.
Yeah, I agree.
So
for me, I'm really looking at that Dallas running game.
I was thinking that too.
Yeah,
I was thinking that.
I don't know who's going to come out the pack there.
I don't know who's the starting running back's going to be.
But even if we don't know who the starting running back is, even if it's a committee, like I talked about previously, that Dallas passing game is just so lethal. Lamb and Pickens are like a top at least 5 duo in the league, and that might even be being a little bit on the low end.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And if they're able to complement that with like a solid running game, I think that's why I'm a little bit hesitant on maybe getting Dallas to 10 wins.
Mm-hmm.
But if they can get a solid running game, and obviously if Parsons has to stay on board, but if they can get both those things in favor, I think Dallas always play good in seasons that you kind of underestimate a little bit. Not saying they never go all the way, obviously, but it seems like when the expectations are off, like Dak in particular, it seems like Dallas plays pretty well. So definitely looking to see that running game for Dallas to see how that whole offense can come to fruition, because I think that's a unit that can be very, very good this year.
Right. We actually got some breaking news from the NFL. Keenan Allen's re-signing with the Chargers.
Oh, okay.
So he's going back to the Chargers, so that's pretty cool. That was just tweeted out. What else do we got? ESPN and NFL announced a non-binding agreement under which ESPN will acquire NFL Network and certain
ESPN's
other
acquiring
assets.
everything right now.
Yeah, I know. They're getting Red Zone. I don't know how Red Zone's going to be. I heard a lot of complaints about that.
If ads go to Red Zone, I am going to be really upset.
It just defeats the purpose.
And if ESPN ruins Red Zone, then they're just the worst people ever. I haven't liked ESPN for years. That would be another reason for me just to hate on them. But original thoughts on Keenan Allen. I mean, first thoughts on Keenan Allen.
I like him going back to the Chargers. It's one of those things where it's like, how can you not bring a guy back who's meant so much to your team, and not just for him being him, but he, his game backs it up too.
Right.
I still think he's got a little bit left in the tank, and even if they don't rely on him to be like a true number 2, even at least.
Yeah, that would only even be a number 1 now.
Right.
McConkey there, you know what I mean?
But I mean, just to have that veteran leadership, with guys like McConkey and stuff like that. Keenan Allen's one of the best route runners I've ever seen. So just to have him in there, and guys like Quentin Johnson, you always hear, he's doing good, now he's not doing good.
Yeah.
He's doing good, now he's not doing good. you need someone that's going to be consistent. So I mean, I think for the Chargers, it's a good signing.
Yeah, you also have Trey Harris coming in too, so obviously he's able to help him out as well.
Yep.
But yeah, I don't hate it for the Chargers. I think obviously they're probably bringing him on like a minimum deal or something like that. So obviously, not a lot of skin in the game for them if it doesn't work out. I think it's more of just he's gonna get better. And Keenan Allen obviously has lost a step. I mean, if he hadn't lost a step, Chicago wouldn't have gotten rid of him, and he probably would have been signed, or he would have been signed a lot sooner than he has been. You know what I mean? So, I mean, it's gonna be interesting. It'll be a little interesting to see how him and McConkey kind of pair up. I just don't expect a receiver outside of McConkey to get like big numbers in that offense just because they're so run heavy.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I think that's going to do it for this episode. Anything you want to head off with, Ty? Or
I don't think so. I think we'll just get in. We got some time and just keep knocking these divisions out. And
yeah, I can't wait to get more of these divisions out. But we got some Bills Hard Knocks to watch here in a little bit.
Yeah, that'll be exciting.
Definitely can't wait for that. But until next time, this is the Last Seed Podcast. John, Ty, peace out.